Team Roping 101. The only competition in rodeo with two disciplines competing as a team. The team consists of a header, who's responsible for catching the head of the livestock, and the heeler, responsible for catching the back feet or the heels of the stock. The barrier is the starting line. It starts the clock and also allows the stock a head start. If the header breaks the barrier before the stock, a 5-second penalty is added to the time. The header makes the head catch, dallies her rope to the saddle horn, and leads the stock to the left. There are 3 legal head catches: clean around the horns, around the head, or a half head. Any other catch results in a no time. The heeler then attempts to catch both hind feet. Catch one foot and that results in a 5-second penalty. A miss of both heels would result in a no time. Once both the head and the heels are caught and the horses are facing one another, the official drops the flag and the time is stopped. That's Team Roping 101.
It is the only team event in all of rodeo, and the name speaks for itself. It is Team Roping next, right here at the Premier Women's Rodeo Championship. And from grassroots competitors to elite professionals, we have everything in this field of 12 teams.
You're going to see expertise on both sides from this field. I cannot wait to watch Taylor Munsell, one of the best scorers in the game. You look to the heel side and you see Caitlin Torres, absolutely deadly with the heel rope. And the heeling is a game of timing. Watching those 2 feet, it's just like a dance.
It is a who's who of team roping, combined with some names of excellent cowgirls that are only competing maybe once a month, working full-time jobs. So seeing a field like this, anyone could go to work and win. What team will it be today? And the first team to nod is a duo of Mandy Neeson and Kelsey Russey. So it is California on the head side, Arizona on the heel side, and a mama of 2 daughters set to work. Quick head loop, it's gonna be a turn to give her heeler a shot to clean it up with 2 back feet. And she gets 1. So the clock stopped when the 2 cowgirls faced on their horses. That flag drops. Would have been a 9.3, but with just that 1 back leg, it is going to be a 5-second penalty, turns into a 14.3. Now they just gotta wait and see what the rest of the field does. As we go now to Taylor Munsell and Danielle Lohman.
You have world champion breakaway roper on the head side, Taylor Munsell. You have Danielle Lohman, D-Lo, the famed breakaway roper from Arizona, on the heel side.
Oh, this is quick. Wow! Would have been lightning fast, 5.45. Lohman took her shot. Those 2 feet just weren't there. It's going to be a heartbreak for that professional duo.
And you watch this steer, he's loping right here, and then he breaks to a trot right here on the corner, and that makes it hard when you lose that timing with those hind feet for D-Lo.
They make that run 30 times in a practice pen every single day, and just that one time slips the leg. We go now to Kaylin Helton, Lorraine Moreno. Helton on the head side, Moreno taking her time. She knew what the teams had done. She needed to be clean, took a couple extra swings to be in the timing of that steer. Unfortunately, still slips a leg, so a 7 turns to a 12.51.
Lorraine, a skilled roper, she waited for a clean shot here, and she almost got it, but when that steer was separating, moving away from her just a bit, coming to a stop, she loses that inside hind leg. The hardest job for a header right here is the handle. That means they're gonna steady that steer as they go across the pin. And with a wall that close on that left side in this tiny arena, that makes the handle extra difficult. And that's gonna change the momentum of the steer.
What about this duo? Kaylin Nielsen, 22 years old. Aletha Barkley, 72 years old.
This is an any cowgirl can play kind of field. If you're great, doesn't matter what age you are. 72 years old to the heel side.
Yes. Barkley makes it happen, stops the clock. It is going to be another leg right here. 8.84 turns into 13.84. This arena is so small. When that header ropes and has to dally and turn, there's only a couple jumps before you are right there at the fence. So it's a quick shot on both the head side and the heel side. The confines of this arena make it incredibly tough. It's the hardest place I've ever seen to rope in as we go now to the next team. And Bella Star Morrison and Dally Peterson.
Bella Star, a talented barrel racer as well, but I'm excited to see her handy with the rope too.
Just bought her head horse last week on the head side. As for the heel side, Dally does just that. 7.29. The teenagers, 15 and 18 years old respectively, just went to the top of the leaderboard inside Cowtown.
And they're excited, they're celebrating. These two Cowgirls were smart. They waited on the steer, gave it plenty of time, perfect handle, excellent heel shot. You call that a pantyhose when it goes up around the waist like that on those steers. Veteran moves from some young Cowgirls out here.
Do they even know pressure yet? Because they knew what was right behind them. Larry DeGuy and Caitlin Torres, the veterans of the group.
Larry D, a Hall of Famer. Caitlin, 2 feet Caitlin every time.
What a nickname to have in team roping. 2 feet Caitlin, 7.89. So not enough to move the teenagers. But again, they had to go knowing the veterans were coming next, still laid down a run.
And the veterans have to make the run that steer allows for. He was a little bit slower once the header turned. You just have to work with what you've been given.
It is the teens on top inside Cowtown as you're taking a look at the mama, Kelsey Domer. We'll all be cheering for her, but our biggest cheerleader, we know where she is. It's the Cowgirls taking over Cowtown right in the middle of the team roping action, the only team event in rodeo. And what a place to add some history.
Don't count out these challengers, guys. Last year's team roping champions, they were challengers. The fastest time that we saw clocked during our qualifying process, they were challengers. That team was Christy McClary and Cassidy Camarillo. We'll see them rope in just a few. And by the way, they met just 5 minutes before their first qualifying run this week. I think that my money's gonna go on these girls for tonight.
When you are great at what you do in this sport, you can meet 5 minutes ago and still go win. You might have a brand new instant best friend though.
Especially if you win a chunk of money together.
Probably wouldn't be the last time they're roping together. Well, for Kenna Francis, Whitney Del Salvo, different story for the two of them. Not only have they roped together, competed against each other, won a lot together. This is a power duo.
This is one of the most dominant duos in women's team roping. Kenna Francis, incredible precision on the head side. She's gonna read this steer and watch for everything to play out. Give it plenty of time. Whitney is gonna clean it up with a killer heel shot. She is absolutely electric with a heel rope.
This team sets the standard in many roping arenas they go into. Men, women, old, young, it doesn't matter. Top of the leaderboard right now, 7.29. Can they move it?
Clean head catch. Beautiful heel loop.
6.15. The pros have come to play.
When I said be ready for Whitney to throw a killer heel shot, that's what I meant. There was no hesitation on the corner. Big swing.
Her first opportunity to take that shot, and she absolutely nails it. I want to be like that.
I've wanted to be Whitney forever.
The momentum is here. Let's keep it rolling. Brittany Rose, Renea Bowling, next two Cowgirls to go. 56 years old, 34 years old. Let's go to work. Slower steer, but you got to keep your pace.
Got to keep timing with the cattle that you're given, and that steer, because he broke to a trot, again, that makes that tough when you're trying to keep timing on the heel loop, and she's going to slip behind legs, add 5 seconds to that time.
Yeah, which turns into a 13.39. They bring the stock here, collect these steers to be as close as possible, but they've got minds of their own. That one was just out for another day's stroll.
That is true. He may have ate too much today.
I understand that. Ashton Pratts, Heather Rogers. Two absolute horsewomen going to work. Pratts gets her catch, turns them. Rogers makes it happen quickly. 7.36. That would be #1 in so many arenas, but right here with 60,000 on the line, just a touch off that #1 spot.
Just a touch, and that hesitation in the box right there. Steer was moving and the horse was a tick behind. They're a little far down the arena, but when I say Heather wasted no time on the backside, she was ready for that heel shot whenever she was given the opportunity.
It is the third fastest time we've seen so far. You gotta be in the 7s to be top 4. You gotta be faster than 6.15 to go to the top of the leaderboard. Cassie Camarillo, Christy McClary, the next team right here. Cassie takes her shot. Knew she had to be fast. Unfortunately, it's a swing and a miss and a no time, and so much frustration as she makes her way out of the arena.
Frustration, but she had to bring her absolute best tonight. She went for it. She took the shot she felt like she was given. That's Leo Camarillo's daughter right there. She knew what she had to do, and she tried for it, waved it off of that steer, but she'll be ready for next year.
Legacy in the sport of rodeo with the Camarillo name. Just 2 teams left to go and move that pro team up the top. Francis Del Salvo setting the standard with that 6.15. Cassidy Kelly here on the head side. Christine Talton on the heel side. Talton's daughter had qualified in the heading, didn't make it all the way here, but it really is a family affair. It's quick on the head side. Is it fast enough?
Not enough momentum going into that wall, and again, she's going to lose that inside hind leg. That momentum is hard when those steers go to hopping away from you right there. Still a nice shot, and probably the best opportunity she had to catch those 2 feet.
Made the run for the steer that they drew, 13.29 with that added 5-second penalty in the one leg. Only 1 team left to go right here at the PWR Championship on Ion. So good to have you with us inside historic Fort Worth Stockyards. It is Erica Krantz, and you've seen the story of Kelsey Domer. Let's go to work.
Steer was a little slow moving out of there, and she's going to get an illegal head catch. That rope swung back around and went back around the horns twice. You can't have that. There are 3 legal head catches, and that one is not going to allow them to have a time tonight, so we're going to call that a no time.
Yeah, unfortunately, in no time. We will see Kelsey coming back in the breakaway roping with another opportunity, and we are all rooting for the mama. You had to be lightning fast here in the team roping today. What a fun group of women to watch, but none faster than Kenna Francis, Whitney Del Salvo, 6.15. Businesswoman run from those 2. Showed up, went to work.
Absolute veterans, and they knew when to deliver. They used the cattle that they had, and they made an absolute outstanding run. I always look to those gals to win, but I was happy to see them do it here.
Francis and Del Salvo do it again, winning right here at the PWR Championship, and they are both standing by with Kennedy.
This moment does not happen by coincidence. Walk me through the journey that took you to this spot right here.
Man, I don't know. We've been just catching all week and just seeing where it goes, and we've had a really good time here, and we've had a really bad time here before, so just play it day by day, and it worked out.
Yeah, this is probably the best finals that we've had since we've started coming here. We tend to do really bad on the first year, so thankfully this week was a little better for us.
Rounded out just fine. These are our girls at the top in the team roping.